What is going on, buddy?
Hello.
It is Pixel Buddies here, and welcome back to Danganronpa Another. When we left off, the trial for the truth has begun.
Yes.
And we're slowly getting down to things, picking out little piece after piece after piece of what's going on here. And, we're trying to make our way forward. We've got little things. We're in a Kisaragi lab. The Kisaragis aren't the bad guys. We're slowly moving forward. We're going to try and get down to the stuff that's going to be important.
Yep.
Like, then why are we in the laboratory? I don't understand that. What does Kisaragi Foundation have to do with us in the first place? If it's not for the mastermind, why are they related to us?
That's obvious. There wasn't just only one point of contact between us and the Kisaragi Foundation, wasn't it?
He was a freshman in the 79th class of Hope's Peak Academy like us. The existence of Yamato Kisaragi.
Yeah.
When Kisaragi showed up after we lost our memories, I was so mentally withdrawn that I couldn't meet him properly. But from what I've heard, he was so unstable that he couldn't communicate properly. He was committed. At this point, of course, I think all of you will know, but Kisaragi never had such a handicap when he was in school.
Yeah.
Before he lost his memory. He was rather a leader and a lively guy more than anyone else.
What happened to that guy who got into such a state?
I don't know that either. Maybe it was the aftermath of the amnesia. No, hold on. I know the Kisaragi was a classmate, but that's not all there is to it.
No, that's all there is to it.
But that's all there is to it. It's not even my family, but his whole family was associated with us. Family? Looking back, it seems that there was a student who was more than just a classmate with Kisaragi and was very close.
Yep.
I must have found clues related to that in my investigation.
Kurokawa.
That clue is... This one I don't need help
It's gonna
for.
be one of the... the fun one. Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna be like, one of the notes that mentions her, but...
Terria, what if there really was a family-like relationship connection? What do you mean? Stop that. Why are you talking to me? Is it because I'm the dumb one that's asked all the questions? I'm the solid snake right now?
Oh my god.
Did you see the headmaster's office?
Headmaster's office.
The picture of Kisaragi's childhood.
Kisaragi's childhood.
The family picture. Of course I saw it. What's that about? The girl who was photographed there is Kurokawa.
Kurokawa.
Fuck, I'm trying to resist now. That was Kurokawa?
Why are you surprised? If you just look at that girl, it's her, isn't it?
No, but she's too different, isn't she? I can't even imagine seeing Kurokawa smiling so brightly like that.
Aw, cutie.
That's certainly true. No matter what memory loss is, the Kurokawa we know today was a dark and gloomy student.
She's such a precious little bean.
With such impression and of a few words. Originally, seeing the picture for the first time, I wouldn't have been convinced that the girl in the picture was actually Kurokawa. But why did I think it was Kurokawa without any doubt?
Aww.
Brain fry. Was it because I saw something like that in my dream? But it must have been a dream. At least to me, I'd never seen Kurokawa like this. Still, why? It's not unreasonable for you to think that way. But like I said before, Kurokawa had a very bright personality. And just like Maeda said, Kisaragi was like a family. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there. No, they were a family.
It's just Tyra being a medicine. Yeah. I spoke directly to Maeda-sama about this. Kurokawa-sama lost her family when she was young and was abandoned on the streets. The Kisaragis, who found her, adopted her and was raised by their people.
Controller, please, you're fucking with me today.
How come it's messing up so much? Is it broken?
I think the wire is starting to get a little goofed where it connects there, but...
Hopefully you didn't skip anything.
No.
Hanzo Kisaragi, the president of the Kisaragi Foundation at the time and Yamato Kisaragi's father, can be said to be a father to Kurokawa too. Likewise to Kisaragi-sama and Kurokawa-sama, they must have been like siblings. Well, looking at the two of them normally, it seems that to Kisaragi-sama, you were his younger brother. Isn't that right, Kinjo-sama?
Don't talk to me casually, you criminal bitch. Damn.
I love him.
As for the other students, I don't know, but to Kisaragi, Kurokawa was family.
Yeah.
Kurokawa's reaction to the Kisaragi Foundation was proof of that. So you're saying the Kisaragi Foundation really protected us? There's a reason for that, but... this is all I can say.
Before I
During
get
our
shot.
school life, we all had a close relationship. So I think that even if someone other than the Kisaragi We would have supported each other.
Because there were a lot of people who were hurt and hungry for love.
You are the exception. I hate myself for speaking kind to you in the past.
There are clues that the Kisaragi Foundation protected us, but would it be okay to hold for a minute before that? As Kinjo said earlier that Kurokawa was originally like that. Like Kisaragi, that he had a bright personality. Those two, they probably didn't have their own memories erased properly.
Huh? I've thought of that too. In the case of Kurokawa, she even tried to tell us about the mastermind in her last moments.
I doubt that it was a blurred memory. Why didn't they tell us the truth at first? Why were they a special exception? Well, I don't know. Guess it.
Jesus Christ. Did Kurokawa and Kisaragi really know everything? But how?
But how?
I'm feeling that something is coming up in mind. Let's talk with this. Let's talk this with everyone. I broke that time.
Whoa.
And think about it more deeply. I went.
Well, no, because it was missing like the word over. Let's talk this over with everyone.
Yeah, but then when I tried to say that, my brain went to the.
Oh, so that's what that was.
Yeah, I'm having a.
I'm having a bully.
There's a lot of fucking notes.
God, how dare you make me quote that fiend?
This words?
Why is it that only two? Oh, fuck. Did they perhaps have a countermeasure of some kind?
No, that ain't certain yet, is it? If their memories really weren't erased, it'd be strange for them to keep their mouths shut. If they've truly known and remained silent, they might have been on the mastermind side. Just kidding, that's not very likely. But it's certain that something special happened only to them.
Yeah, the fact that they both remembered bits and pieces of things.
All of us were wiped out cleanly, but Kurokawa and Kisaragi's memories were not erased. Is it possible that only they had their memories not taken? It's possible. What method did they use? Oh, that's what... We mentioned before that our memories were erased by a machine called memory manipulation device. There's a way it might not be affected by that machine. It might be possible. So... I'm just gonna look, because, like, I don't remember what someone's notes
Why is it
for
only
said.
two of those didn't have their memories erased? That's what it was. Rare countermeasure?
Maybe the memory storage device? I'll try that one when it comes around.
That would be countermeasure.
And then, if that doesn't work, I'll try note 4, because I don't remember what note 4 is.
Uh-huh.
It's, you know, where the truth bullet thing coming back would be very handy in this situation to read it over, because otherwise, kind of, shit,
no,
that's not it.
That's why I was saying, I thought we were gonna do the memory.
That's what I...
No, you did you did note 4.
I did?
Yes. The truth bullet you picked was note 4.
Oh, my bad. I thought I picked the right one.
No, you didn't.
I'm dumb? Maybe I had it set, but then I think every time it restarts, it goes back to the first bullet. So I thought I had it
No, you made us lose a life.
Ah, we're fine. At least we got infinite focus points.
Yeah, but that wasn't a focus point. That was a heart.
I know. The focus points also play a part in that somewhat, but a memory storage device. What? A device that minimizes the damage of the memory manipulator based on samples of memory manipulation devices. Yeah, that's a lot of word salad, huh? Kurokawa and Kisaragi used that machine, didn't they? What is that thing? What is it something that you just imagined about?
It's the first time I've heard of such information. Maeda, where did you learn this?
In the headmaster's computer. After the investigation was over, I was going down to the first floor.
That's right, yeah.
I found the computer turned on. Someone's voice in the computer told me about the storage device.
That's something I don't trust. I also checked the computer of the headmaster, but it was in a state where the power was not being supplied. At all. You said it was turned on and you heard someone's voice? Are you sure it wasn't a dream?
I'm not, but I don't believe it either, that such machine exists. I didn't hear it wrong. I'm sure the computer's voice told me that information. And besides that, there was another thing.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Huh? Huh? You okay? Sounds like you're wobbling. Yeah, the discussion comes first. I'm not certain, but could this information explain that Kurokawa and Kisaragi's memories were still intact?
That said, I think it's too much to fit in.
No need to worry, Makaru. The information Maeda said is probably true. Is it really? I think Kisaragi vaguely mentioned it. I didn't know what he was talking about at the time, but if he had been preparing for this, memory erasure since then.
Alright, I think we've come to a rough conclusion. Kurokawa-sama and Kisaragi-sama were able to avoid complete amnesia by using the memory storage device.
You're going to admit it right away?
It's actually a little early, but it doesn't really matter. Moreover, the trial cannot proceed when there's a difference in opinion. Kisaragi-sama didn't know how to do it, but he made a similar device based on the data he obtained on the memory manipulation device. It was a device that could resist the amnesia. Wait, Kisaragi made a device to resist amnesia? Does that mean he knew you guys would erase our memories? Why is that? And if he knew, why did only those two use the memory storage device? I'll talk about that a little later. Could you please stop cutting to the chase? Anyway, using that device, Kurokawa-sama and Kisaragi-sama didn't lose their memories as you might expect. But because it was made hastily and was such a wild product, side effects were present in the device.
Side effects? That's right, the voice inside the computer said that. There may be side effects.
Like Kisaragi not being able to talk properly.
Yeah.
And this side effect was so fatal that it could not be ignored.
Or the fucking device explodes inside them.
Yeah.
Wait.
That side effect is called speech disorders.
Huh?
Yeah, because remember, it impaired Kurokawa from
It did.
like even speaking at all sometimes.
Yeah.
So she got it worse than Kisaragi technically.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is, I guess. It was Kisaragi-sama who made the machine in the first place, and there was only the two of them who used it. I'm not a genius, so I don't know much about machines and stuff. There was that too. Kurokawa's strange speech was low, with few words, and Kisaragi's strange language was odd. It was a side effect of the memory storage. Besides, the side effects don't end there. There seems to be some individual differences, but the two of them had a few more. Kurokawa-sama, for instance, dynamic emotional change, and Kisaragi-sama lost his personality. That's right, because he was all funky all over the place.
Yeah, so then what Kinjo said that Kurokawa was originally a bright person.
It's true, Kurokawa-sama was such a bright person even in class. Joy, sadness, anger, love, all of her emotions were incapable of expressing themselves due to the side effects. Then Kisaragi. Monokuma-sama said there's an abnormality with his brain. That was the side effect. The original cheerful personality was gone. And his personality was twisted as if he had mental that.
Oh man. I mean, that is medically correct, but yeah. A machine that prevents amnesia but makes people's emotions and personality disappear.
Well, as I said before, I'm not good with machines, because there were so many unknown things about the human brain. Wait, it's strange for something like this to happen. Kisaragi returned to normal for a brief moment, and Kurokawa also spoke even more at the final trial. I'm not so sure about that either. If you think about the headaches Kurokawa-sama often felt, they were probably the pain of burning your own head. She must have overcome the side effects to do it. That's what I can guess. Do you all remember the two of them were complaining of headaches when trying to remember something at an important moment?
That was the aftermath of forcing you to ignore the side effects?
I can't 100% prove it though, but this I can be sure of. Pain continues to happen when you keep ignoring the warnings of the side effects. Your body sends you, and if you don't obey these commands the brain sends you, splat! That's what they said. The brain cells that could not overcome their host would make them die in the end. Like with Kurokawa.
Yeah.
They said? Who said that to you? Kisaragi. Well, I eavesdropped there.
And then when Kurokawa suddenly spit blood and died, the fact that Kisaragi exploded on his own, I mean, it was all because of that?
Oh, shit.
Kurokawa's death was certainly so unnatural. Her hair suddenly bursting from the inside without any signs. It's the aftermath of the side effects.
This was like a shockwave from inside her brain.
Yeah.
If If your memories were fine until a while ago, why would you not want to say anything to them? You might think that, but it's actually the other way around. Kurokawa always tried too hard to tell the truth every minute, every second. That's why she always had all those headaches.
Yeah.
In the aftermath of amnesia, the memories related to our school life to come out of her voice. My God, it must have been a horrible headache just thinking about it. You must have seen a lot of Kurokawa-sama's headaches from time to time. But why did you do that? If you hadn't tried to recall her memory and tried to tell the truth, she wouldn't have felt the pain, right?
Such a thing. Damn it. Kurokawa.
And they always got mad about her saying, I can't. It's like,
Yeah.
why can't you?
Yes, that was it. Because Kurokawa was nice and kind, and anybody else she tried to do it for, everyone. That was jumbled up.
Apart from Kurokawa, what happened to Kisaragi? You said her brain was overheating, but Kisaragi died with a hole in his chest. Wasn't this someone's intention? Did someone actually do that?
Mikaro, I think I know the cause. Kisaragi's chest was destroyed like a bomb exploded, and there was information about the storage device that was assumed to be the cause of this outcome. The reason is... I don't remember any evidence of...
Wait, small detonator. That sounds familiar to me.
I'll try that.
Yep.
Okay. The voice in the computer I heard about the... Oh, yes, that's right. The voice in the computer I heard about the storage device added one thing. The voice had to mention side effects, and in order to prepare any possible side effects, they said they made a small detonator that explodes with an external signal.
A detonator?
There was so much noise that I couldn't understand everything, but they told someone to kill them if anything happened as a result of the side effects. I was unconscious at the time of Kisaragi's death, so I don't know if what Maeda said is true, but I think the voice in that computer was Kisaragi himself. Wait a minute, but Kisaragi's dead, right? It must have been pre-recorded or something like that. It's a clue that Akane Taira left to investigate anyway.
No, to be honest, I'm new to this information. That's what I said, didn't I? I think it might be a little early for this. What? Then how did Maeda hear this? It wouldn't be a lie to hear the exact words. Well, it doesn't matter, right? It's not a big deal. Anyways, just as Maeda-sama said, Kisaragi-sama made a detonator and installed it on himself and Kurokawa-sama on purpose. At the time, they were not sure about the side effects, so they literally put insurance on them.
From here on, I'll explain. Kinjo-kun said I was the one who killed Kisaragi-kun after the trial. But in truth, the culprit is Miss Kurokawa. This device was never made by me. The detonator was made by Kisaragi-kun, but it was Miss Kurokawa who installed it. Since Kisaragi-kun was killed by the bomb Miss Kurokawa mounted, the culprit was Miss Kurokawa all along. What the? That's nonsense.
No, it may sound far-fetched, but if you follow the rules of the class trial, then the bomb is the weapon. If Kurokawa was the one who installed that weapon, then the culprit would naturally be Kurokawa. That's the conclusion of this story.
Yeah, you fools! I never lied!
The question is, who detonated the bomb? Maeda clearly said that the detonator explodes with an external signal to kill them, meaning that the bomb doesn't explode until it gets a signal.
Huh? That's...
You did that, didn't you? Even if it was Kurokawa who installed the bomb, if it was someone else who sent the detonation signal, wouldn't the theory of Kurokawa being the culprit be a little strange?
That was... Don't be fooled by the past. I'm done talking about this now. You still don't even know why you're in the Kisaragi Foundation. So hurry up and discuss.
Monokuma-sama, the gallery is getting tired, so just shut up. Wow, he did.
Yes, Mommy.
Don't call me that. Still, there's some truth in Monokuma-sama. The topic of conversation was increasingly related to the last incident. Yeah, because, like, isn't the whole rule usually in these killing games that, like, whoever does the final blow is the killer? Because that's what happened when, Kizuna died. When Hitano did it.
I think there are times...
And that's why Monokuma's like,
Yeah, I think there are times in other cases throughout this series where like someone has set up a trigger to make something that someone else does happen. And typically it is the person that does the trigger that is the culprit, if that makes sense. Like if you put a bomb in a cake and you suddenly explode the cake, the person carrying the bomb isn't the culprit because they were holding the weapon. It's the person that triggered the weapon to fire. That's how it should work. So Monokuma's logic would be backwards in what he's trying to explain.
That's why he was sweating.
Yeah, because he was like, it was Kurokawa, and then it's like,
because like she put the bomb there, and it's like, but a signal had to be set out to set it off.
And he's like, fuck.
And he's like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I've told you a few times, Kisaragi-sama's murder case is nothing, so please forget about it. Rather, what you're supposed to do is find out the truth of this killing school life, right?
I am still so confused and intrigued as to what exactly transpired through that case that's led to this, and the two of them trying to throw that under the rug so quickly.
Because I feel like that's probably, I think something happened in Kisaragi's brain that made him like, I have to find Kurokawa because like we have to do this bomb thing. Mayhaps.
Maybe.
And he found her and then maybe told her like, you gotta, this has to happen. Or he was he felt that the detonation was going to happen because he could talk clearly.
Yeah.
So maybe he went to Kurokawa to try and tell her stuff before like he exploded. And then whatever she knew, we can't know now because she's dead. But she said, like you said, she said she would find a way to transcend death to tell us.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely.
We might have a fucking Maya Fey thing going on, or Mia.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
Sorry, just theorizing while I'm remembering things. So, did you find out why you joined the Kisaragi laboratory? Changing the topic, huh?
But what she said is true. In any case, in order to win and escape from this trial, we need to know the overall background. Let's figure it out step by step, starting with what's in front of us.
Yeah, I think Monokuma silenced him with a signal before they could, like, talk about anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that the Kisaragi Foundation wasn't on the side of the mastermind, right? Still, the Kisaragi Foundation is good, and Kisaragi, the successor of the Foundation, was our classmate. And we know that Kurokawa was part of Kisaragi's family. There's really no way to know exactly what happened and why we're in this situation. No, Teria, that's not necessarily the case. To answer that woman's question, we start discussing the Kisaragi Foundation. But there were clear clues about the situation before we lost our memories. You lie! Where is that?
You lie! You really are an idiot till no end. Did you even do your investigation? Are you wearing your eyes for decoration? No. If you're like that, your brain is the problem. Just die. This is frustrating already.
You know, maybe I should have. It's been a while since you poured out a complete set of venomous words. There's no need to say something so harshly.
Are your eyes for decoration is crazy.
That's crazy. Calm down. I can answer it if it's frustrating.
I'll have to remember that one.
It's because the clue was for everyone to see in the headmaster's office. Headmaster's office? Are there only random meaningless notes in the office?
How can you be so close to the realm that you don't even know this? This is a talent of fools.
It seems that Teria doesn't understand well. I have no choice but to tell him. Among the notes of the headmaster's office, a clue that gave us a rough idea of our situation. That is.
How is he... Like, no offense, but how is he still alive? Like,
God, it's just
what?
he's stumbling his way through survival.
What was the question?
It's about why we're here, and it's something found. It's gonna be one of the notes that talks about.
Oh, the protecting. Not that one. Not
stop the investigation.
that
School
one.
Determined to cover the incident seeming impossible to back out. Well, it's okay. Mikako notices.
No, that's not it.
Be safer
okay, everyone will be safer in that place.
We just double check to make sure note 6, especially those guys. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Note 5. Yep.
There it is.
Want to double check, but yep.
Yep.
So you just said there were a number of notes scattered around the headmaster's office. And one of those notes was written The researchers are on standby. Now I can bring my friends to that place. It'll be safe for the time being. That's what it said. Yeah, I think I saw something like that. Then that place they mentioned is...
Oh, he just didn't connect the
Yes,
dots.
we followed that person who wrote that note by ourselves into the Kisaragi laboratory. Ourselves? Who's the person that wrote that note?
Well, in all likelihood, Yamato Kisaragi. In the notes of the headmaster's office, the name of Mikako is mentioned over and over again. And as Mikako's classmate, is the person who entered Hope Peak Academy this time. In other words, before entering the school, Mikako, they were a close friend of Mikako Kurokawa. In the middle, it is said that he is the third representative, and there's also the word of them as a researcher, so it is a note written by Yamato Kisaragi. I am 99.9999% certain.
Damn, that's a lot of certainty. Kisaragi took us to this lab. Why?
Boy, he has no reading comprehension, does he?
No. Maybe it was to protect us. The note also mentioned that they would keep us probably safe. Something big happened outside and we had to hide somewhere, so maybe they took us to the laboratory. Because Kisaragi was that kind of guy.
No.
But wait, if the note itself is a trap to make you think that Kisaragi wrote it...
Otori-sama, could you please stop making me repeat what I just said? There's no such thing. Otori-sama's stupidity adds fun to the trial, but there's something called being ignorant. He's comedic relief, but there's only an extent to which we can all endure.
Don't worry, Terry. Everything we've said so far is true. I guarantee it.
If you could think about it better than that, you will naturally agree. Do you even have a point?
I continue to be suspicious of the Kisaragi Foundation. I was sure there must have been something. There must have been a cause that put us in this situation. But now I can tell. If everything we said is true, it would be a terrible thing to disrespect Kisaragi into having such doubts. I'm sorry I kept saying strange things.
If you're in doubt, a note to summarize the situation would be the right thing to do.
That's inevitable, because it was Kisaragi's hobby to write down everything on a note and keep records.
That's good, though.
They fell into the hands of the mastermind and were placed in a suspicious spot.
That's why it was locked.
I can't remember, Kisaragi was also our classmate. I can't deny that he even protected us from danger. That's why we were suspicious of him. But wait, is that okay? Kisaragi took us to the laboratory to protect us. I understand at this point, but as a result, the laboratory was renovated like Hope Peak Academy. The mastermind created a stage for us to live in a killing school life? What in the world happened after Kisaragi brought us to the lab? Well, that's...
Remember the cage.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to say? Yeah, that's the way it is, because what happened after you entered the lab has left no clues about it. It's not that I didn't leave any, it's that I don't have a clue about this. Well, if we had a clue, the bloody 5th floor hallway. It's a clue to begin with.
Come on, controller. Not right now.
Oh my god. But it will be difficult to understand even if I say this. This is Kinjo-sama's turn to step up.
You used all kinds of excuses to keep me quiet before,
Yeah,
but
what?
now you want me to tell them?
Huh? I was sorry you've been so quiet, so I'm giving you a chance. I said that, but it's just a little embarrassing because it's something outside of Kinjo-sama's memory. However, if your memory came back, you should use it. So for the ignorant people, do a great speech, please.
Whatever, I was going to tell them anyway. Listen up, you guys. A huge incident happened at Hope Peak Academy, and we were in a situation where even our lives were at risk. Kisaragi brought us here to the lab to protect us from them. However, Kisaragi made one mistake. He didn't know that an Ultimate Despair student was hiding in our group, the 79th class. I wonder who that could be. If it's not a Despair, you're talking about Akane! To be honest, even I didn't know that Akane Taira was an Ultimate Despair. It's no wonder that girl from the time of her admission, she pretended to be our classmate, completely melded with us.
Oh my, it's not a lie. Of course I hid my identity, but it's true that I was a classmate. I did not pretend.
Shut up, just thinking of being a classmate with you makes my blood boil upside down.
That's crazy. I can barely understand. Akane Taira didn't know she was an Ultimate Despair, and Kisaragi sent that girl into the laboratory.
That's right. The first few days after entering the laboratory were calm. There was anxiety about being away from our family and being in the open sea, but we were all together, and for the time being, there was a mood to look at the situation positively. But then, Akane Taira started moving the tide. Do you guys know why the 5th floor hallway was so bloody and messy?
That's why?
It's because the researchers of the Kisaragi Foundation,
Oof.
who originally fled with us, were slaughtered there.
Damn.
What?
A massacre. Akane Taira killed the researchers?
No, she didn't kill herself. It was the Monokumas who started the slaughter.
Yeah, she probably ordered them.
Monokumas?
It was written on a note, but before the commotion at Hope's Peak Academy, Kisaragi had the Foundation researchers ready in advance. Thanks to their swift action, we, the 79th class, were able to escape to the laboratory. However, among us, Akane Taira in ultimate despair was handed over to the enemy. As a result, within a few days of evacuating here, a lot of Monokumas attacked the laboratory.
Damn.
It was a nightmare. The 5th floor. No, most of the experimental facilities were concentrated on the 1st floor of the laboratory. All the researchers were living there. At the time, we were in the basement where our dormitories are, so we could be safe there. When we were trying to keep in touch with each other somehow, I was attacked by Akane Taira and incapacitated.
You were attacked? No matter how vigilant you were, no one person neutralized all 14 of us.
The job wasn't that easy. The lab is spacious, and there were a lot of things going on at the time of the raid, but there was no one who could do a sane reaction to the sudden attack of that woman whom we believed to be her friend.
Everyone was like in shock probably, so you can't, react properly to that.
I barely noticed it just before and knew that Akane Taira was the mastermind, but most of them probably lost consciousness without even knowing who they were attacked by.
I actually did. Tuck the back of your neck like this.
That means that Kinjo didn't get hit right away, right?
After dodging the surprise attack, they faced each other head on, but Kinjo lost?
I imagine she's just like a freaking karate chop to the back of his neck and he
probably
got knocked out. It's not so strange. After Akane Taira's memory came back, she showed her athletic ability. That's true, she does freaking acrobatics all over the place. She must have received some special training. There's nothing special about it. It's just the basic skills of a maid, right?
Who are you made for? James Bond?
CL Phantom Hive?
Kinjo, what happened after that? Shut her up and keep talking.
I went unconscious. Like you guys said, Akane Taira's nonsensical physical abilities quickly struck me too. I don't remember anything after that. Perhaps she used the memory manipulation device on all of us who fainted. As far as I know, this is it. The lights were lit and there were screams and alarms from the researchers, so I don't know the situation from any of you guys at the time.
No, but thanks to you, fortunately, that means the culprit was Akane Taira. We were able to get things going. Because it's obvious, even if we don't see much after that, researchers were killed. We, the 79th class, were all disabled and erased and our memories were erased. Those who have completely taken over the laboratory were remodeling the building to their liking. As in another Hope's Peak Academy suitable for a killing school life.
That's how it happened. In the end, Kisaragi and Kurokawa, they were all played and fooled by her. This is the truth, the reason we ended up killing each other in a place we didn't even know. The same cause when we came to the Kisaragi Foundation's research laboratory. It's finally time to summarize this, to put an end to this terrible case.
Oh shit. Closing argument.
Oh, okay. They'll hopefully lead to a save point. Okay.
Look at everybody all happy and alive.
I miss you.
Oh, God.
I miss you. You're still here.
Yeah.
I miss you, buddy. All right, and get out of here. If I could drag your head out of here, I would.
He's so short, he can't fit. They even made sure that Inori would be able to fit by putting her far away.
Yeah.
He got almost Mike Wazowski. It's the green. I think it's gonna be the second one, right? Or the master.
No, because that's gonna be one of the final ones there.
It's
probably this
there's
one.
One more student with us, yeah.
Yeah, it's the fact that he's here.
Man, I wish we could have gotten to know him better. Hey, looky.
I'll put you in there,
It's a girl.
Okay. Okay, that's remodeling the lab, so not yet. All right, so it's gonna be this last one.
Wait, I was gonna read it. Hold on.
I can't put it down.
Heaven.
Yeah, it's just that.
Okay.
Yeah, he knew something bad was about to happen.
Kevin, true to his premonition, a devastating incident unfolded immediately. Okay, yeah.
All right. Preparing a helicopter to take us to our private island life.
Yep.
Go,
see,
go!
Look at that tower. You
Yeah.
couldn't see that from behind us.
No, that tower's like the only thing that this building has attached to it.
Uh-huh.
All right, this is when the mastermind strikes,
Yep, who was hidden.
and then they remodeled the place into the school.
Yep. While we were all knocked out.
All right. We are the new students who entered Hope Speak Academy. We were called the 79th class. In our memory, we suddenly lost consciousness while gathering at the entrance hall on the day of the entrance ceremony introducing ourselves. But in reality, that wasn't it. Because we went to the school and our normal lives had been classmates for several months already. The reason we didn't know about it was because the mastermind used some method to manipulate the memories of all of us.
Yeah.
The biggest reason seems to be that there was a part that different from the real version of the memory of the first time we met. That's right. One of the students of the 79th classroom of Hope Speak Academy, Yamato Kisaragi's existence. Just his existence, not him, his existence. We weren't 15 in total. The real number of the 79th class was 16. For some reason, we didn't remember Kisaragi. All memories related to him were gone. So, after leaving the ballroom, Kisaragi appeared in front of us.
Well, I think that
we didn't know who it was.
the meaning was that we forgot of his existence.
Yeah.
But look at him. Look at the sweet boy.
No matter how much our memories were manipulated, it is certain that he was our classmate. And all our friends who died while killing each other.
Yeah. There she is.
Meanwhile, there was something behind Hope Speak Academy.
Something.
There's a fact we didn't know at all, but by the time we entered the school, if we didn't hide ourselves somewhere, it seems that a big event was going on that could endanger our lives. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
There we go.
And unlike us who didn't know anything, Kisaragi seemed to know this. He was thinking of evacuating us somehow for our safety, and thanks to that we were safe in a refuge. We can't be sure because our memories were erased, but based on the information we've found so far, I'm guessing something very bad happened at the school. It can be said that we were barely alive thanks to Kisaragi's quick response.
Oh boy.
Looking at the notes in the headmaster's office, it seems that Kisaragi escaped from Hope Speak Academy with us. I don't know what happened to our families or what happened to the other students left behind, but in the end, I think Kisaragi deserved our thanks for saving our lives.
I wonder if the other students left behind were like Makoto and them.
Yeah, just like other
Yeah.
students and whatnot. The place Kisaragi tried to escape with us was in his family, an unused research lab owned by the Kisaragi Foundation. A place on a remote island not known to anyone other than the Foundation, so it must have been decided that it was safe. I don't know why we had to escape to such a place. You can imagine that it was a very dangerous situation. And that place was the third Kisaragi Research Laboratory on a remote island. It was used to become Hope Speak Academy, where we are right now in this building.
It's a very small island.
Yeah.
It makes it harder to find, though.
But in the end, Kisaragi made one mistake during the evacuation process. That is, among the 79th class, a traitor, the mastermind, was in our group.
God, that grin.
The mastermind followed us in the laboratory with their identity hidden. I don't know why the mastermind was acting for, but as a result, no one knew that our classmate right next to us was our enemy. The mastermind began to attack and neutralize us one by one without even dreaming that a friend would attack them. Most of them were attacked without even knowing who they were ambushed by, and even Kinjo, who avoided being surprised, but was defeated in a head-to-head fight. All of us who fell were subjected to some kind of experiment by the mastermind. We lost all our memories from our school life since we entered Hope Speak Academy. Oh my god, the bass boost. No one knows what happened immediately after we lost our memories, except the mastermind. Actually, from what we've heard, the mastermind also erased their own memories, so nobody knows. However, there was also a testimony of Kinzo.
I guess Kinjo?
I think so. Yeah, the Monokumas attacked for the
Yeah.
research center, and it can be speculated that the mastermind of Monokumas may have remodeled the laboratory behind the scenes.
Yeah, because he explained that. So
Yeah.
does Kinjo.
Yes, to make it look like Hope's Peak Academy. That's the reason why this place was decorated like a school, even though it was a laboratory. I can't tell you how much time has passed since then. At least when they lost our memories and opened our eyes again. Everything was ready to begin. We've been ignoring the fact that we were friends, and we've been killing each other in order to get out of here as Monokuma ordered. This is the reason why we were in the Kisaragi Foundation's research laboratory. The cause that started all the incidents, and the culprit who created this situation. The identity of the mastermind, the culprit of everything. It's really unbelievable. I don't want to believe it.
It's crazy because it was like to get away from essentially Junko,
Yeah.
and then everything went wrong. It's pretty much what happened in Trigger Happy Havoc. Whoa, what? Oh, okay, I was gonna be like,
yeah.
huh? Oh boy.
Now I have no choice but to accept it. The true nature of the mastermind.
You're like, I like her more now.
Akane Taira, the fact that it was you.
Complete.
This is the truth. And I also thought of something.
Hmm?
Because of the actual timeline order of the game, this would have to be kind of a this have to be a story before Trigger Happy Havoc. Because I could be wrong, but I believe
The group known as Ultimate Despair was formed before that, yeah.
well, what I'm also thinking of is the fact that
Like Nagito and everybody else.
the gap between them entering Hope's Peak Academy and then the killing game beginning was a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a year where they were just living trapped inside the school, trying to hide away from the despair of the outside world. And then Junko acted inside there and started, but that was a year afterwards.
Yeah.
But this is seemingly a few months after the events transpired immediately. So this may have happened beforehand.
Before
And-
Trigger Happy Havoc.
Yes. And this could lead back to something that I think I said way early on when we were wondering where this took place.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe this was an experiment ground for Junko to see what things would work in a killing game before she did the real thing.
Mm.
And that may be why Akane had her memories wiped, is like, you're going to do this for me. I have an experiment that I'm running. I want to see how this is going to work out for me. But you're going to have to be a part of it, so you're going to wipe your memories for me, okay? But if I need you, ultimate despair, that's all. But you're going to be part of this experience for me, okay? Thanks, sweetie. Have fun at school.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's my new thought, is that this ended up being an experiment ground, which is
That's
why...
true, because the tragedy did happen before the events of the first game. So.
Yeah, it was a whole year afterwards
Yeah.
that transpired the event. So that may be a reason in canon for why, like, those first couple motives were so similar to what happened in Trigger Happy Havoc. Is because maybe that was like, will this work? Oh, that was a rousing success. Keep that one in
Yeah.
there. You know, maybe that's the case why there were similarities, because it was an experiment ground kind of sorts.
And sometimes it's easy for me to forget that the class of the second game, like, were technically, like, in their 20s then, and because, like, a lot of time, like, they were
Yeah.
involved in this, like, pretty much from the beginning,
yeah.
like, when the despair all started.
Yeah.
Like, they were part of, like, the original thingy-majiggy, yeah. So,
But this is the truth. I won't run away from reality anymore.
you know, the despair thingy-majiggy.
A murderer who deceived us and killed our friends. You're our enemy, Akane Taira.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Calm down. Ma'am. I'm in an apartment. I can't do that.
Hey! Perfect timing. That's what I was hoping for. Could you imagine if I ended the part there right before a save point?
Oh my god, classic.
That would have been a fucking classic indeed. I'll throw that right there.
Oh, and then you wouldn't have known, so you would have...
I would have had to do a quick little replay of everything before we then start recording, and it's like,
and then you would have like hit one button one too many times and seen this, and you would have been like...
Well, no, we would have discovered... You would have heard the ultimate crash out in the next part. If I did that, you would have heard the ultimate crash out of all time. Being 3 screens away from saving like an hour of my life.
That would have been kind of funny, though.
It probably would have been.
It would have been good content, but not for your brain.
No, but you know what? Now that we solved that,
is she really gonna let us go on a helicopter out of here?
It's only suspended. We don't have the whole truth. We have the truth of why we're here.
Because that's what she wanted us to figure out, was the truth behind this killing school life.
Well, she wanted us to find the truth behind everything.
She said killing school life, though. And that's why they did the closing argument thing.
But this is only suspended. There's still another half of this trial.
I know, which means she's up to something.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's that she said, because I believe it was not just killing school life, but everything behind it. So we have to discover, you know, what's been going on behind the scenes, too.
Oh, we'll find out.
Yep, we are going to find out next time.
Do you still suspect Kinjo?
No.
Good.
I mean, what's happened kind of goes against my thought that they all succumbed to despair. That would go against what's been going on.
They literally
here,
just disproved your entire theory that you had.
But I think that'd be fun.
No.
Though that is kind of actually a little bit the premise of Danganronpa 2, actually. So
yeah, exactly.
That was already used at some point.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to copy that.
Nah.